So today, right now, this is going to be a good one. I think they're all good ones, but either way, what we got going on in this video is I have my 2000 Honda Civic that I got for $600. This is an ultimate budget build, taking something that looks relatively stock and boring, spending as little money as possible to make it look decent. Don't get me wrong, this is not going to be a show car, but it'll look good, it'll be cheap, it'll be fun, and it's happening right now.
And now, you're watching the in 2022 you may be able to change your gender or identity, but identifying as a Florida man is forever channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. So let me just, long story short, bring you up to speed on how we got to this point. So this Honda Civic, I bought it many years back for really cheap. I just bought it as a daily. I haven't been doing too much to it, but at this point right now, in the last video we put it on some coilovers, so it's sitting nice. Now I want to throw some wheels on it and a couple other accessories just to make it look really good, really nice. I'll give you another one. Take this. Take this here. So now that the wheels are cleaned and ready to go, I'm going to get into the paint process. Any of the wheels that had to be stripped off and is now bare metal, I'm going to hit that with an etching primer. 2 of the wheels were decent, 2 of them were really bad, so only 2 of them I had to strip to bare metal in some areas. So that's going to get an etching primer to go onto that bare metal. The other ones are just going to get a sealer on top of that. So I'm going to do the etching primer on the 2, sealer on everything, base coat on everything, and then clear coat on everything. So the base coat that I'm actually using is Championship White. That's the same exact color that these wheels would have came out of the factory because they were going on the Integra Type R 96 spec. 98 spec changed into a 5x114. These are actually 4x114. So for me to put them on my Civic, I'm gonna have to run some adapters from 4x100 to 4x114. But either way, for the base coat, I'm using the exact right color code, NHO, because details matter. Now that the wheels are done and painted, I want them to sit for a little while. Let's go ahead and pull the Civic around, get that thing washed, and then we'll throw the wheels on there. And for all you Honda snobs out there, the bottom of the H is supposed to be lined up with the valve stem. So H right here, valve stem right below it. So at this point, I have the car at a height that I'm pretty happy with. Now, you gotta understand, if you drive a car every single day, you don't wanna slam the absolute hell out of it, even though it would look a little bit better. I think if the front came down a 1/4 inch, the rear came down, I think if all the way around it came down a 1/4 inch, it would look perfectly dialed. But I also need to drive this car every single day. My kid's riding in this car with me as I'm picking her up from school, and I think it looks pretty good. Just a good little OEM looking Honda Civic 4-door, just a classic looking Honda in my opinion. Nothing much more to it. So now I want to take the theme of OEM Plus and go even another step forward with it, and we'll pull the car back in the shop, and then I'll go forward with that next step and showing you how I'm gonna do it. Well, there's not much to it. Let's just get the car in the shop. Moving the camera. Oh shit, this thing's still on. So now this here, don't mind that disgusting single cam engine bay. It's a, you know, it's a commuter, it's a daily. It's got AC though. How many of you Honda boys got AC? So this right here is an OEM gem, OEM hood bra from the factory. Now it's not just the hood bra, it's actually the hood and the whole bumper section with the fog lights and everything. Now the bumper section, I don't think I'm gonna run the bumper section. I think that just looks to be a little bit too much. I'm not super going for trying to protect the paint like this thing is meant for, or getting bugs off the front. I'm more so going for the OEM Plus look and style. So that's for the front bumper. And this is the gem of the kit right here. Let me show you that. OEM Honda Civic, brand new part right off the shelf that my brother has had for a long time. He actually gave this to me as an early Christmas present, so shout out to you, Josh. Thank you, I appreciate it. It just has these little clips that just hook right in, and you know it's gonna fit like a glove. It's OEM Honda. And check this out, OEM Honda installation manual. Now as far as how it looks, I don't know if I'm crazy about it, to be honest. It looks good. Maybe I'll have to pull the car out and really get a good look at it, or maybe it'll grow on me, and if I want to take it off, guess what? Boom, it'll be off within a couple of minutes. But either way, right now, man, this car, for just doing a couple things to it, what do? We did suspension, wheels, painted the wheels. You can always get wheels cheaper if you have the ability and or are willing to actually make them look better. These wheels, I got them for real cheap, and I could probably double my money if I just painted them. And the paint, honestly, I had laying around anyways, that championship white. So we did suspension, we did wheels, we did the hood bra, cleaned it all up, and I want to do one final thing before we conclude this video. Now the next thing I want to do is a little trick that some of you guys may or may not know, but Honda CR-Vs in the late 90s actually had the same exact gauge cluster, but it looked a little bit different, a little bit cooler, and it was a little bit nicer. It had more of an amber glow to it as opposed to the glow that we got on this one right here. So if you can see the OEM gauge cluster, kind of just white, blue, boring. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that one ripped out, throw in the Honda CR-V gauge cluster, and then I'll show you a little bit of before and after so you can see the difference. So here's the two clusters right here. This one over here with all the amber glow, or the amber gauges, are from the CR-V. That's from the Civic. As you can tell, they're laid out the same. RPM, speed, fuel, temp, RPM, speed, fuel, and temp. So let's just go ahead and get this one thrown in, and then I'll show you how that looks. This is just a little cool thing that we're doing. It doesn't do much, but it just gives you a different experience as you're driving down the road. Alright, so now we are in the car. As you can see, it's pitch black, but you're actually looking at the gauge cluster. As soon as I turn on my lights, boom, there we go. That's looking pretty good. So at nighttime, that just looks a whole lot better. That just looks a whole lot better than the OEM one. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm happy with that. Looking good, broseph. So all in all, with this video, I wanted to show you that it is possible, if you are on a budget, to make a car look good and be something that you can be proud of driving. It doesn't take much time, energy, effort, or money, as long as you do the right couple of things. Now, if you have not already, I ask that you click the link down below. Go ahead and check out some merch. Any merch order directly helps the channel and helps me continue to create content. The next video is going to be that new project, and I hope to see you then. So thank you so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. I'll see you on that next one. I'm gonna see you on that next one for sure. I'm out.